Whispers are turning into loud conversations as online chatter claims that Tasha K is teasing proof tied to Claressa Shields and Papoose. And the timing alone has people stunned. Nothing has been verified, yet the way these reports are spreading makes it feel like the ground is shifting under everyone involved. Fans are shocked, not because facts are clear, but because the rumors are landing at the worst possible moment. According to online talk, the claims did not surface quietly. They dropped suddenly, just as wedding date rumors were already buzzing, creating a collision of speculation and emotion. Some viewers say the timing...
Papoose was out here looking for a trick. And he got one. Yes, beautiful girl. Beautiful. Gorgeous girl. Y'all ain't gonna tell me Claressa ugly. I'm sorry, she's not. Shit. Don't care what 50 Cent got to say. At this point, the way 50 Cent running through women around here, I don't even think he really like women.
Feels deliberate, while others believe it is just another example of how fast gossip can turn into a full-blown narrative. Emotions ran high as people began replaying old interviews, past interactions, and subtle social media moves, searching for a hidden meaning that may or may not exist. What makes this even more intense is how divided reactions have become. Supporters rush to defend reputations, critics question motives, and casual fans are caught in the middle wondering what to believe. Alleged screenshots, vague hints, and dramatic commentary are being treated like puzzle pieces, even though no one has presented confirmed evidence. Still, the story refuses to slow down. Every hour brings a new reaction, a new theory, and a new way.
She was live in the Louis Vuitton store buying Louis Vuitton bags and a duffel bag. Posted the receipt of the duffel bag online, had Papoose give her a Louis Vuitton box with a duffel bag in it and forgot that she had posted the receipt stating that she bought the duffel bag that he gave her. Then she said, hey, can you get this online so people would think you bought me something? Okay.
Wave of commentary. This is not about declaring what is true. This is about understanding why these reports are exploding, why emotions are flaring, and why the public is so quick to choose sides. When rumors mix with fame, relationships, and timing like this, the result is always chaos. And right now, the internet is watching closely, waiting to see who speaks next and who stays silent. Reports are lighting up timelines tonight, pulling viewers into a whirlwind of whispers that feel ripped straight from a reality TV showdown. According to online chatter and bold commentary circulating across blogs and live streams, a new claim has entered an already tangled narrative, and fans are shocked by how fast it is spreading. The name Tasha K is once again at the center of attention, with talk suggesting she is hinting at proof connected to Claressa Shields and Papoose, all before rumored wedding date discussions have even settled. None of this is confirmed, but the way these reports are being framed has sparked intense curiosity and heated debate as clips, screenshots, and reaction videos flood social media. Emotions ran high among viewers trying to separate speculation from possibility. Some say the timing of these claims feels deliberate, landing right when audiences were already focused on relationship rumors and future plans. Others argue it is another example of how internet narratives snowball, turning hints and commentary into full-blown drama overnight.
Don't know if she got it from Win Records. Y'all have to watch Claressa Shields' cousin's interview. Even though y'all had a disdain for her, I don't think she was lying on Claressa. And I'm gonna tell you why in just a second.
Every refresh brings a new angle, a new...
The Win Records deal, $8 million deal. Where would Papoose get $8 million from to give to Claressa for fights? When we got pawn shop receipts from Remy Ma of Papoose pawning, is this a chain or a jacket? A bracelet? A necklace? Remy Ma claims that Papoose pawned her bracelet because he needed cash. She said he was broke.
theory.
He said he was broke. He didn't help with no money, no bills, no nothing. Remy put him out. He moves into Claressa Shields' apartment and starts driving her car and wearing her jewelry. And she wearing his because she thinks that he bought her a chain when it was his chain. That's why she looked at
A new voice insisting they know what is really going on. Fans are analyzing every purportedly said word, pause, and tone change in an effort to uncover any hidden significance. People now provide arguments, counter-arguments, and fictitious evidence in comment sections, which have become virtual court.
Every time your come up mentions me, says anything, or do anything that I don't like, every time your current come up situation, I'ma drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you. Every time, Willie. I'm gonna drag you every time.
Courtrooms. One viewer responds that rumors flourish in
Willie. Because it was a few of y'all in my comments saying, Papoose name ain't Willie. It ain't Willie. If she gonna lie again, it ain't Willie. Well, the reason people don't know his real name is because
places where there is silence, while another says that if there is,
like, what's his first name? It's a girl name? What is it? Shamel. Is that Shamel William Willie Mackey? Yeah, that's his name. And so that's why we weren't able to find details on Papoose. And
even a small amount of truth to these allegations, it may change everything. The family's opinions were split online due to interpretations that were built on top of conjecture rather than facts. Anticipation, not proof, is what makes this story so compelling. The prospect of an explosive revelation keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, anticipating the next live stream post or response. One thing is certain, regardless of how loud or quiet these allegations get. Driven by reports, responses, and a public eager for answers that might or might not be provided, the drama is developing in real time. As soon as these stories started to circulate, the debate gained pace. Combining several names into one story and transforming private conjecture into a public spectacle. Online criticism claims that the assertion was part of a surge of broadcast reactions and rumors about future intentions and relationship timeframes rather than appearing in a vacuum. Viewers claim that the idea of proof was presented in a powerful, yet indirect way, giving just enough room for debate. Fans are taken aback, not only by the rumor's origin, but also by the assurance with which some internet voices are portraying it as though a revelation is about to happen. The speed at which the story spread purportedly caught many close to the issue off surprise, at least according to anonymous sources quoted by bloggers. The internet has already drawn its own conclusions, even though none of the parties involved have verified anything. Screenshots of previous interviews, old social media captions, and public appearances are being re-examined as though they have new significance all of a sudden. As fans and detractors squared up, each side claiming their interpretation made more logic than the other. Passions ran high. Viewers are disputing Tasha K's authenticity and intentions in relation to her role. In this storm, some contend that she enjoys inciting controversy and knows precisely how to make assertions without going far. Others argue that she has gained popularity because she makes subtle allusions to material that many think major media outlets overlook. One commenter claims that if there is even a small amount of truth to what is being said, will completely alter the history the fans believe they comprehend. Another replies that unneeded harm has previously been caused by rumors masquerading as revelations. Many fans believe it unfair that Claressa Shields is now being discussed more as a key character in this purported scenario than for her accomplishments. Supporters are upset that rumors regarding her private life are taking center stage. They contend that a story that feels dramatic but is hollow is being created by piling assumptions on top of assumptions. However, detractors claim that public persons are always under investigation, particularly when their names are associated with other well-known individuals and speculated marriage intentions. An additional emotional element has been introduced by the mention of Papoose. Fans who have followed his public journey are torn between cautious curiosity and incredulity. Some people are defensive and believe that rumors shouldn't be spread without verification. Others claim that silence itself becomes a part of the narrative and that quiet from all sides allows for interpretation. Not because of confirmed facts, but more because everyone is responding to what might be true. The family was split in the court of public opinion. Online rumors claim that friends and associates are encouraging moderation behind the scenes in the hopes that the storm would pass without getting worse. However, it seems like there are new reaction videos every hour that analyze timing, tone, and language. In a live stream, a pause is interpreted as hesitancy. Laughing is seen as a diversion. Everything is filtered through distrust and anticipation, and nothing seems impartial anymore. Beyond the primary names involved, there are repercussions. Fans talk about how these rumors affect public opinion, future relationships, and trust. Some viewers consider how simple it is to draw viewers into stories based more on conjecture than proof. Others acknowledge that they are unable to turn away even if they are aware that it is unconfirmed. The drama takes place in chapters that are written by reactions rather than announcements, giving it a serialized flavor. The most striking thing is how clarity has been replaced by anticipation. The audience is actively creating scenarios and using their imagination to fill in the blanks rather than waiting for statements. Each idea feeds into the next, forming a vicious cycle that maintains focus. Facts are less important than engagement in determining whether these reports become insignificant or become more prominent. Driven by discussion, conjecture, and a public curious about what happens when whispers refuse to remain silent. The narrative remains in the liminal realm between rumor and belief for the time being. As the conversation progressed, focus turned to how timing emerged as the most contentious aspect of these circulating assertions. Dates, appearances, and public occasions were lined up by pundits, who suggested that even the tiniest overlap might lend credence to a more expansive notion. Online discussion claims that the idea of a pregnancy rumor emerging prior to wedding date speculation was not coincidental, but rather strategically planted to elicit the greatest possible response. The speed at which once clear timelines are now being rewritten through a theatrical lens astounds fans. Voices on many platforms began reading into innocuous comments that had previously gone unnoticed, freezing frames and replaying old clips. In an interview, a straightforward smile was abruptly interpreted as knowing. An imprecise remark regarding plans for the future was handled as though it were coded. Viewers' emotions were running high as some contended that these patterns could not be coincidental, while others said that this type of analysis shows how far conjecture can go when curiosity takes over, even though the clues are fictitious. One fan said it's like watching a mystery where everyone wants to be the investigator. Another point of contention was the purported evidence that was brought up in internet conversations. The notion that something exists has sparked unending argument despite the lack of a document, photograph, or direct confirmation. The claims. Proponents contend that purposeful quiet might indicate preparedness and that proof does not always appear right away. Opponents argue that the story depends solely on suggestion in the absence of anything tangible. The public's perception of the family was split, with some calling for transparency and others defending the right to seclusion because the rumor now seemed too significant to ignore. Once more, Tasha K's commentary style is being scrutinized. Viewers analyze her remarks, pointing out pauses, tone changes, and well-chosen sentences. Some others think she's keeping audiences interested by alluding to more details without giving them away. Others believe that this strategy makes it difficult to distinguish between provocation and analysis. Online dialogue reenactments proliferate, with users citing lines such as "she knows something but can't say it yet," treating conjecture as though it were a preview of an impending revelation. Claressa's silence has developed into a plot unto itself. Supporters who share her viewpoint contend that answering would just validate unsubstantiated rumors. They stress her emphasis on discipline and her career, claiming that the commotion detracts from her true achievements. Critics, on the other hand, see the silence as a calculated move, since they think it lets the story breathe without being directly refuted. Due to this contradiction, two parallel narratives have emerged. One focused on strategic quiet and the other on dignity and restraint. Papoose's role is still framed more by the emotional stakes than by the facts. Longtime fans remember his remarks on timing and loyalty, which are frequently repeated as though they have deeper significance. Others caution that it is unfair and deceptive to use previous statements to bolster present rumors. Nevertheless, connections are the lifeblood of the internet, and every clip that has been archived becomes potential fuel. Fans dispute back and forth, with one claiming that statements made years ago cannot forecast current events, and another maintaining that patterns are constantly repeated, beyond personal responses. The discussion has become more introspective. Some viewers wonder why people are drawn to things that are obviously reports and assertions. Others acknowledge that the combination of drama and mystery is precisely what draws them in. Reaction channels proliferate, each offering a novel perspective, a breakdown, or an all-encompassing theory. Anticipation, the sense that something could happen at any time, maintains suspense rather than fresh information. Additionally, rumors start to overlap, with some speculating that this narrative has a connection to past gossip cycles involving names that are similar. Online analysts piece together seemingly unrelated events to create a plausible web only by being meticulous. Opponents argue that this is how false information spreads, with one presumption building upon another until the original source is forgotten. However, as caution itself is discussed and analyzed, even those warnings become part of the drama. What is most evident is the change in narrative power. Momentum is increasingly driven by audience response rather than official announcements. An unverified claim gains credibility with each like, share, and comment. There's a sense of suspense since there are more questions than answers. Perception, emotion, and the insatiable desire for drama that flourishes in the absence of clarity continue to mold the story as it develops in real time. As discussions continued, tension gradually shifted to how insiders and so-called closed sources were referenced on various platforms. Reaction videos and discussions featured quotes from anonymous people, each of whom gave a slightly different account of what happened. While some said there was misunderstanding rather than conflict, others stated the tension was gradually growing. Behind the scenes, the ease with which anonymous sources can control the story and make ambiguity seem nearly real astounds fans. The question of intention is at the heart of this whirlwind. Many viewers wonder if the purpose of these stories is to entertain, warn, or divert. In one well-known video, the creator reenacts a purportedly private conversation, claiming, "Imagine being told that strangers online are discussing your future." As people debated between empathy and accountability in the comment sections, emotions ran high, while some argued that rumors about personal life exceed an unseen border. Others maintain that public figures automatically embrace this risk. Conversation keeps the circus going. Imagine dialogue such as, "I never planned for this to become public," or "You promised this would stay private," circulates. These conversations resound because they reflect well-known dramatic devices. Despite the fact that they are obviously fictitious, viewers are familiar with the pattern from reality TV, when every pause has deeper significance and quiet turns into suspicion. Despite the fact that no family member has explicitly addressed the court of public opinion, the family was left divided. Additionally, timing comes into focus once more, but this time from an emotional perspective. Analysts talk about how news cycles overlap, implying that when several rumors appear simultaneously, they magnify one another. When linked with conversation about a wedding date, a pregnancy claim feels more weighty, and when wedding talk is presented against purported evidence, it feels more dramatic. Because of this layered effect, viewers are always challenging their preconceived notions. It's like watching waves smash the coast, with each one getting bigger due to the previous one. According to one commentator, all side supporters are still at odds. Some admirers vigorously defend Claressa, seeing her as a focused, disciplined individual who is unlikely to let other influences shape her story. They contend that rumors intended to cause instability are frequently sparked by success. Others, citing the fact that reports occasionally emerge long before confirmation, tend to think that there is truth concealed beneath the cacophony. Because each side feels obligated to defend its interpretation, this division increases emotional commitment. Papoose is increasingly characterized as being torn between his online personas. In one version, he manages chaos patiently while remaining composed and strategic. In another, he is overburdened by conjecture and expectations. Old lyrics and interviews reappear as purported hints rather than as works of art. Critics caution that this method transforms artistic expression into evidence and removes context. Nevertheless, the videos quickly gained popularity because they provide viewers something tangible to cling to in the face of uncertainty. The impact of Tasha K continues to be a persistent undercurrent. Her presence influences how the story is interpreted, whether it is applauded or condemned. While some viewers contend that her confidence alone shouldn't be considered as confirmation, others say it lends credibility to the claims. Discussions over media accountability erupt, with users questioning the boundaries between manipulation and analysis. The cycle is fueled by the views, likes, and more responses that these disputes itself produce. Quieter voices try to calm the tempo in the meanwhile. Some producers remind viewers that reports and assertions are not facts and ask them to take a step back. Instead of emphasizing what is imagined, they promote concentrating on what is known. However, bolder, more dramatic interpretations frequently garner more attention than these more subdued ones. The system promotes intensity, which is what makes suspense flourish rather than balance. Speculation fills the void as days go by without an official explanation. Theories get more complex, making connections between timelines and personalities. Some claim that all of this is a misconception that has been exacerbated by repetition. Some feel that clarity will eventually emerge and that quiet is only momentary. Until then, the narrative remains in a state of flux, supported by widespread interest but neither validated nor rejected. The most notable aspect is the level of spectator involvement. Comments seem to be personal pleas and counsel given as though directly to the individuals in question. Boundaries are blurred by this emotional closeness, which makes people who are far away seem close and their rumored experiences seem shared. The audience keeps giving the story life, influencing each turn through debate, conviction, and skepticism. Rather than fresh facts emerging, the narrative has taken on a life of its own by the time the talk reaches its peak volume. Reaction films are more akin to episodes than commentary, with each one offering a fresh perspective or poignant revelation. Even when all sources point to the same unsubstantiated accusations, fans are astounded by how quickly conjecture becomes certain for some viewers. As people started picking sides not just over what could be true, but also over who should be sympathized with, emotions were running high. Online panels analyzed body language from previous interviews, slowing down clips frame by frame as though a pause or a glance may reveal the truth. One author remarks, "Look at how his voice shifts here," while another responds, "This is what pressure does to anyone." The back and forth becomes captivating, yet never ends. In a narrative sense, the family was split into fictional groups that were solely the result of public perception. When silence itself becomes the loudest sound, no remark is required. The concept of proof A term that is used so frequently that it becomes meaningless comes up once more. Commentators remind viewers that in online society, proof frequently consists of confidently presented secondhand accounts or screenshots without context. Nevertheless, the prospect of proof keeps viewers interested. One voice responds, "If this is real, everything changes." While another argues, "If it's not, the damage is already done." The plot is held together by that tension, which is like a rope being pulled tight from both ends. Supporters advise patience, pointing out that real lives don't follow upload schedules. Critics contend that a claim automatically invites investigation once it is made public. This conflict raises more significant issues regarding contemporary celebrity. Where does privacy start and stop when personal milestones become content? These discussions become philosophical, but they inevitably return to the same names and rumors because that's where the focus is. Imagined conversations that are framed as what someone might be feeling in private are still in circulation, even though they are hypothetical. Words like "I didn't ask for this" or "you knew this would cause chaos" resonate because they feel emotionally accurate. The sensation of being misinterpreted or exposed resonates with viewers. The story gains weight from this emotional authenticity, making it more difficult for some people to write it off as gossip. Rumors about the wedding date have surfaced once more, time portrayed as a ticking clock. As they clock down to the moment when everything must be revealed, creators speak as though time itself is a character. Some argue that linking rumors to deadlines is a strategy meant to keep people interested. Fans are surprised at how rapidly evidence is replaced by expectation. Yet many acknowledge they are unable to turn away. Fatigue blends with intrigue as the story goes on. Even though some viewers claim they are sick of hearing about it, they nevertheless click on the next video. This paradox demonstrates the potency of serialized drama. Every update claims a solution but only adds a new layer. Emotions were elevated, not only by the assertions but also by the sense of impending revelation of something significant. A few voices try to completely change the narrative. They contend that the essential concern is not the veracity of the statements, but rather the ease with which reputations can be molded by repetition. They invite viewers to think about how it might make them feel to witness strangers discussing their lives so confidently. These brief pauses encourage introspection, but they seldom take over the discourse for very long. The narrative finds an odd balance in the absence of clarity. It is merely continuing to be conjectured. It is neither becoming worse nor getting better. Viewers are still analyzing, defending, accusing, and sympathizing. As a representation of how tales can shatter vision, the family was left split as an idea rather than a reality. The impact of the reports is already ingrained in public memory. Regardless of whether confirmation ever occurs, the audience's role is still indisputable. Each reaction, share, and comment adds a new brushstroke to the image. People continue to interact with the myth, influencing it via both doubt and belief, which is why it endures. The drama remains poised between rumor and fact, waiting for the next wave of interpretation to propel it ahead. As long as tales continue to circulate and curiosity endures, this brings it back to you because narratives like this only continue to progress when the audience continues to ask questions. You've heard the rumors, the responses, the conjecture, the subsequent emotional surges, but nothing here has been offered as verified fact. That is a commentary on what is being said, how it is presented, and why it is generating a lot of conversation. This moment is so intense because there are still unanswered questions. You are not alone. If, when watching this, you sense that something is strange or perhaps overly calculated, the speed at which online rumors develop into whole stories astounds a lot of followers. Some believe that being silent encourages even greater presumptions. The family was split in the court of public opinion based on interpretation rather than facts as a result of the intense emotions that pervaded the conversation. Your viewpoint is therefore more important than ever. We now want to speak with you directly. Do you think there is more going on beneath the surface that hasn't been addressed yet? Or do you think these stories are being exaggerated for attention? Do you think public personalities should be subject to this kind of scrutiny? Or do you feel sorry for the persons caught up in these accusations? This discussion doesn't finish when the video does, so please share your opinions in the comments. Make sure to like this video if you liked this in-depth exploration of the drama behind the headlines, so that more people can participate in the conversation. If you want to see more breakdowns like this one, where we examine the tales that everyone is talking about but is scared to reveal, please subscribe to the channel. The biggest voice in stories like this should always be your own. Therefore, it's crucial to be interested, wondering, and questioning what you see.